of the Goodwin e-racing series. Today we are at the Red Bull Ring in Austria, and we are using the new to GT7, the F3500 Formula One car. We have done our normal qualifying of one flying lap, and in pole position is Manos. In second, we have Dan. Third, we have George. Fourth, we have Pickles. Fifth, we have Michael. Sixth, we have Richie. Seventh, we've got Matt. Eighth, we've got Sean. Ninth, we've got Zoe. 10th, we have Tommy. And 11th, we have Adam. So let's get this race underway and see how things go. Oh, little jump start there by Pickles. So off we go. So Manos leads away up to turn one. So we've got Dan, George. Oh, somebody looked like they went off in the background there. It was a yellow car. I think it was Michael. Let's go back and have a quick look. I think it was possibly Michael went off just in avoidance. Yeah, it goes wide. Matt goes wide as well. So Zoe there in sixth. Richie's dropped back a bit in seventh. So let's go back to the front. So we've got Manos leading. So these are based on a Formula One car from the early 90s. So we've got Manos running there in a Benetton livery. George, as his name would suggest, is in a Ferrari. Dan in a Lotus. Michael in a Pennzoil liveried car, which is reminiscent of the Indy cars they used to race. Oh, someone's having a wiggle. Oh, someone's house is off. Not sure who that was. I think it might have been George by looks of things, having a bit of a moment. So we've got Zoe in another John Player liveried Lotus, and we've got Pickles and George in the two Ferraris. Sean in his own livery. Richie in a Rothmans Williams Renault. Matt in the Cannon Williams Renault. And then we've got Adam in his own livery. And Tommy in a McLaren livery, but green instead of orange. So Tommy's obviously had some drama at the start on lap one, dropped well behind. Yellow flag's up ahead, who's had a moment. Possibly Adam, looks at things, he's dropped back. So let's go back to the top. Let's go back to Manos, who's leading from Dan now. So we'll wait to see lap times come through. Now this, at Red Bull Ring, it is one of the circuits where it can rain on. So tyre choice is completely free. So you do not have to run soft, medium and hard. You can run whatever compound you like. So we've got Manos, the first person basically to complete the lap, the flying lap, and he unsurprisingly sets the fastest lap of the race. Bearing in mind we're on lap 2, a 1:10.7. We've got Dan running in second, Michael 3, Pickles 4, George in 5, Zoe in 6. And we've got Richie there in 7th by looks of things. Sean in 8 and Matt in 9th. Now we are running these cars, this is the first time we've used these cars. We are running them to BOP with balance of performance, with only brake balance adjustable. So we've got the top 9 there. Then we've got Adam a little way off, and then Tommy there as well in 11th. So Manos leading the way. Pickles has now taken the fastest lap at a 10.3. So we've got Manos and Dan out front. Some of these retro liveries look absolutely fantastic. The top 2 are Renault powered. Then we've got Pickles in the Ferrari. Michael in the Pennzoil kart. Then George in the Ferrari. They make a fantastic noise, these 3.5 litre engines. Zoe and Richie here battling for 6th and 7th. So Richie there in the Rothmans Williams Renault, and Matt there up to 8th now. Sean running in 9th. And then Adam, Tommy, no, in 10th, and then Adam in 11th. So here we go with Manos in the lead. Let's jump on board with Manos for a lap of the Red Bull Ring. There we go, he's on for fastest time, 0.1 inside the fastest lap so far. We've come up to the last couple of corners here. So through the last turn and then onto the start finish straight. And takes fastest lap of the race by a 1/10 of a second. So through turn 1, puts a lap on Adam there. So through turn 2 up to turn 3, very sharp right-hander, through there nicely. Down towards turn 4, the right-hander that opens up. And then through this first of only 2 left-handers on this track. Through the second one. So even though it's quite a short track, it's quite a tricky track to try and get right. And there we go, we have a lap of the Red Bull Ring with on board with Manos. Drop back to Dan in his John Player Special Lotus liveried F3500. So we're just nine minutes into this race. This race was a 60-minute race. So we've still got Manos leading from Dan, from Pickles there. This is a great camera view of this one. Just seeing his rearview mirror there. Would that be lurking? George just lurking behind him. Who was that running 10th? I think it was Tommy. Not a great place, but no harm, no foul. So Pickles lost a little bit of time there, 3 seconds slower than his fastest. So we're on board now with George. Trying to chase down Pickles. And we've got Richie in 6th. Then Michael in 7th. Oh, we've got yellow flags out. Oh, somebody's spinning. I think it was Tommy. Unfortunately, Tommy had a bit of a torrid time at this race. Then was Zoe in 7th. So Richie, Michael and Zoe pretty close together. Zoe's just set her fastest lap of the race there, 1:12.7. Then we've got Sean. And these cars rev up really quickly, as you can hear. Not quite touching 200 miles an hour, about 193, 194 miles an hour there. So we got Matt in his Cannon Williams Renault with his Nigel Mansell helmet. Chasing down Sean ahead of him. Just putting a lap on Adam there. So the top 9 are now a complete lap ahead of 10th and 11th. Tommy. And then Adam as well. Let's go back to see what Manos is doing. So carrying on his merry way, 111s. Settled down into a pace. Tyre wear, not too bad. I mean, these cars have got lots and lots of downforce, so plenty of grips. The tyre life should be pretty decent. So we've got Manos running first, Dan there in second, then the two Ferraris together of Pickles and George. Keep an eye on this, we'll watch this for a little bit. So Pickles is already low on fuel. So again, no tyre restrictions for this race. You can use whatever tyres you like. Because of the possibility of rain, so tyre choice is free. Pickles and George are both into the pit lane now after 14 minutes. So this for them potentially could be a 3-stop race. So we'll see what Pickles does regarding fuel and tyres. So he's off back out. So is he back out ahead of George? Yep, there they go, and they've come right out in front of Matt. So we've got 3 cars, two here, having made a pit stop. So we've got Ferrari versus Williams. Happy days of 1990 Formula 1. So Manos is now in the pits along with Zoe. So this is looking really good, this battle. Very reminiscent of days gone by from the 1990s. Oh, Pickles had a twitch there. Oh, Jules looks like he's just run a little bit wide. Don't know if Matt might have touched him just a little bit. But there we go, we have now Pickles in 4, Matt 5. Well, Matt's just peeling off into the pits. So we've got Manos coming out of the pits. So 13 laps on the tank for Manos. Dan's always been really, really good on fuel, no matter what cars we're driving. So he's stayed out for an extra lap. So Michael, Matt and Sean are now all in the pits in 5th, 6th and 7th. They'll probably stay with soft tyres, I would have thought. So Dan was leading, Dan's coming in now. So Dan's just coming in just as the others are leaving. Goes, stops. So fuel going in. Let's see what tyres Dan goes out on. He's gone out on intermediate tyres. Is it raining? Has Dan just pulled an absolute masterstroke? Or not? That is the question. It does look a little bit hazy. There was the possibility of rain for this race. So has Dan managed to coincide his pit stop with the possibility of the rain coming and getting heavier? Well, George has just passed him for 3rd, so Dan's down to 4th. So he's lost 2 places. He was running 2nd before he pitted. So we'll see. Let's keep an eye on the weather. Has Dan pulled a masterstroke, or has he made a bit of a boo-boo? So we'll keep an eye on that. So we've got Michael running in 5th in his Pennzoil liveried car. Matt now in 6th in his Callum Williams Renault, followed by Richie in the Rothmans Williams Renault. Looks like a very sort of David Coulthard-ish helmet in that car. So it looks really cool. You can see the rain lights are on the back of the car. So is it raining? There's no indication on the dash panel here, down where the schematic of the car is. To the left hand side we've got a rain gauge there to tell you how much water there is on the track. There's nothing showing on there at the moment. Richie's just picked up a half-second penalty, which is really easy to do around here. So we've got Sean running in 8th. Zoe in 9th. So everybody's on the soft slick tyre, with the exception of Dan, who's on the intermediates. So Dan's either going to be hero or zero. We shall see what happens. So we've got Zoe running in 9th. We've got Tommy in 10th, with Manuel's just coming up to put a lap on him. So there goes. Manuel's past Tommy. So it's a lap on Tommy. And then Adam in 11th. So Adam's fuel light's on, so 15 laps there for Adam. So probably be coming into the pits. Tommy's been in. Running on a set of soft tyres. So we've still got Manuel's leading. But now he's leading from Pickle. So Manuel's has already got a fairly healthy lead. Probably the length of the straight between turn 1 and 3 already. So Manuel's is dominating this race after only 18 laps. Pickles here we have in 2nd now, and with George in 3rd. Matt's managed to get up to 4th after a slow start. Michael running there in 5th, 2 of them pretty close together. So Michael must have had a problem on that last lap. His lap times are 1:17.4, so he's lost 5 or 6 seconds there. So maybe had a quick spin or something. So we've got Richie there running in 6th. Dan's dropped down to 7th. He's now, obviously, he's been into the pits again. He's now changed onto soft tyres. So he's dropped down to 7th. So we'll see if Dan can make his way back up towards the sharp end. Oh, a bit of a twitch and an off. Possibly pick up a half-a-second penalty maybe for that. No, it's all good. So the weather does look like it's starting to close in. It's getting a bit dark and a bit hazy. So Red Bull Ring is one of those tracks that it can rain at. Hence the fact that we don't have to use soft, medium and hard slick tyres. We have a free tyre choice for this particular race, or at this particular circuit, should I say. But I'm wondering if there's some sort of moisture there, because Dan's 2.5 down at split 2. So Sean running in 8th. And Zoe in 9th. Tommy in 10. And Adam in 11th. So now we've got multiple lapping going on. We've got Manos closing down on Adam to put him another lap down, and we've got Sean in 8th running just ahead of Adam as well. So Manos is about to go at least 2 laps ahead of Sean. 2 laps ahead of Adam and a lap ahead of Sean. So Manos has already lapped everybody up to 8th place. So Manos' pace is just absolutely incredible. But if we go and have a look at his lap times, I bet they're there we go, look. 110, 110, 110, 110. Just a whole row of 1 minute 10 seconds. Absolutely fantastic. So consistent from Manos. So we've got Pickles there, so Pickles is running 111s. So Manos is pulling away by almost a second a lap, which is absolutely incredible considering the lap is only 1 minute 10, 1 minute 11 long. It's a second quicker than anybody else. Now that the race has settled down, just absolutely fantastic driving from Manos. So another 110.9. That included passing Adam and Sean on that lap. Let's see what Pickles has done. So a 110.9. So Pickles managed to keep the gap the same during that particular lap. So Pickles is running 2nd. George in 3rd. So what's the gap? So Pickles has just had a moment there, trying to get past Adam by looks of things. So Pickles is just going around turn 4. And then where's George? So they are fairly close together. Matt's dropped off the back, so the top Manos is out on his own. 2nd and 3rd are fairly close-ish together. Matt's a bit off the back of 3rd, in 4th. Richie's fairly close-ish to Matt. Dan's making his way back up now. He's back up into 6th. So closing down on Richie. He's got ahead of Michael. So Michael looks like he may have had a problem on lap 19 there. He's got a 1:21 lap there. So I guess probably was that 7-8 seconds off of where we would expect to be. He's got Manos just coming up. And indeed, it is starting to rain. I've just seen on the bar there, the little white line just pop up. So there is moisture around. So will it rain heavier? And will there be the necessity to go to wet or to intermediate tyres? In fact, you can see the spray just coming off of the back of Michael's car there. So who's going to be first to blink? So it does look like it's raining. In fact, yeah, there is moisture out there and the track is starting to get wet. Who's going to be brave and who's going to try and stick it out? So Michael running in 7th. You can see the bar, the white bar on the left hand side where you've got your tyres and your car. They're indicating that there is moisture on the surface. Zoe's into the pits. Let's see what Zoe does. And George is also into the pits as well. So let's see what they do. Will they change? If they change, what were they going to change to? So Zoe's in the box. New tyres on. Surely it's got to be wets or intermediates. Makes sense to take a full tank of fuel. Indeed, Zoe does take a full tank of fuel on the way out the pits. Yeah, we can hear the rain now. And Zoe's out on wets. So let's see what George was there. George has gone out on intermediates. Matt's in the pits now. So you can see the rain coming down. Manos is now in the pits. So here we go. We're all changing now. We're going wets, going intermediates. What are we going to do? Who's got it right? Who's got it wrong? So Matt's away. Matt's out on a set of wets. Manos is just in the pits now. Makes sense to take a full tank of fuel. In fact, Manos has got no fuel left. We've got Michael and Sean in the pits as well. So Manos is on his way and he's gone intermediate. Pickles is in the pits now. Well, we'll keep an eye on what Michael and Sean are doing tyre wise as well. So Michael's gone out in intermediate. What's Sean going to take? And then we're watching Pickles at the moment. And Sean goes for wets. So we've got a right mix of wets and intermediates on the go. So what's Pickles gonna do? Let's have a look. And he's gone wet as well. So we've got, let's just run through them. So we've got Manos full tank of fuel on intermediate. George now up to second on intermediate. Pickles third on wets. Matt fourth on wets. Michael fifth on intermediates, but with a 4-second penalty. Richie in sixth. He's still out there on slick, so Richie's missed the boat. So Richie's braving it out. Oh, Richie's going to be losing so much time on slicks on a wet track. Sean's just taken him for 6th place. So what's Sean on? Sean is on wets. Richie's dropped to 7th. So Richie's just making his way around slowly. That somebody's just lapped him. Just seen a Ferrari go past him. Zoe's just, let's see what Zoe's on. What's Zoe on? Zoe's on wets. Richie's just made it back to the pits now. So Richie's probably pitted 1 lap too late. And you lose way more time on a slick tyre on a wet track than you do with a wet tyre on a dry track. So Richie, it just obviously he's just caught Richie out and it's just absolutely hammered it down, and he's got caught out on the track on slicks on a wet track. So we'll keep an eye on our potential recovery drive from Richie. It looks like, no, yeah, we've lost somebody. Who's missing? Somebody looks like they've left the lobby for some reason. I think, let's have a look. I cannot see Dan there, so maybe Dan's disappeared for some reason. Maybe he's had a connection problem or something along those lines. So that's a shame, because Dan was starting to make progress back up through the field. We've still got Manos leading on his intermediates. So now the question is will it carry on raining or will it start to dry out? Those on intermediates will hope that it's going to start to dry. Those on wets will hope it carries on raining and potentially get harder, forcing those on the intermediate to make potentially another pit stop to change tyres again. We shall see, time will tell. So we can tell how wet it is by looking at that bar on the left hand side where we've got the diagram of the car. So it's just over a third wet here. So Manos has got a healthy lead, so he's about the only one that can really sort of take his time. So he's got a huge lead. So Manos is just going through just coming up towards the last couple of corners now. In fact, Manos is just going through the last turn onto the start-finish straight now, as second place George is just going through turn 4. So Manos has got a huge lead after 33 minutes of racing. George has got a decent lead over Pickles, who's running third. So top two are out there. They're on intermediates. Pickles is third and he's the first runner on the wet tyres. So you can potentially see a dry line now starting to appear. See the lighter grey bit. So those on wet need to start potentially to look after their tyres and try and keep them cool to stop them wearing out. Yeah, see where that white bar is? It's definitely intermediate tyre. Needs to really be up to the second bar for wet, so it's not quite, it's only getting about halfway. So Pickles trying to chase down George here. I think George has probably got the tyre advantage. And then, of course, as it then starts to potentially dry out, the intermediates will hang on a bit better than the wets. So we've got Pickles and Matt on the wet tyres. So Pickles is at turn 4, Matt's just coming to turn 3. So Matt's in between turns 3 and 4. And 5th place Michael is just coming around the last corner now. So the top 4 have really broken away from 5th backwards. So we've got Sean in 6th and Zoe 7th. So Sean and Zoe just gone off the line there to keep trying to look after those wet tyres. Pickles is coming up to put a lap on them, so I'm sure Zoe and Sean will both move out the way and let the faster car go, as they normally do. Driving etiquette within Goodwood e-racing is normally pretty good. Oh, Sean just very slightly getting in the way there of Pickles. So Zoe's now jumped ahead of Sean. So there goes Pickles past Sean, and I'm sure Zoe will let Pickles go as well. Yep, there we go. So Zoe and Sean battling for 6th and 7th. Pickles now ahead of the pair of them. Sean's just jumped ahead of Zoe. Adam's in there as well, running 10th. So maybe a bit of confusion while they're trying to lap Adam there. So yeah, you can see that Zoe's just gone back up the inside of Sean. Nice move. But Sean will get the slipstream now on the run up to turn 3. Tucks in behind Zoe. No, Zoe's fair old distance in front now. Oh, Zoe's just gone slightly wide. Sean, I thought Sean was going to get up the inside there. So Richie now running 8th after going 1 lap too long on slick tyres in the wet. So we'll see if Richie can close down on Sean and Zoe ahead of him. Tommy there running in 9th. Looks like someone's just come out of the pits, possibly Matt there running in 4th. Oh, Pickles has just come in, so what's Pickles going to do? So he's currently on the wet tyre with a drying track. Is it dry enough for slicks? So off come the wets. What's gone on? So it looks like the same tyre's gone on, but that won't change until he exits the pits. So out we go, and he's gone for soft slicks. So really slow out the pit lane here, because you're on a slick tyre on a wet track. There we go. So really tricky getting out the pits. Oh, you can massive twitch there from Pickles. So he's just come out in front of Richie, who is running in 8th and is on a wet tyre. So we'll be able to, if we keep an eye on these, we'll be able to see the progress of these two. So we've got Pickles now on the slick and Richie on the wet. So it is not worked out for Richie at all. Just went one lap too long on the slick, switched to wet, and now the track's drying out. So looks like he's been sadly caught out. And Pickles has slid off. So this is the danger of going slightly too early, but you can see looks like a decent dry line, really narrow line. So we've got George now running second. So Pickles is not that far off a lap behind George. So we've got Michael running in 4th now. So Tommy's just gone off again, unfortunately. He had a bit of a torrid time in this race. So Michael's still running on the intermediates. Matt's out there, and Matt's on the slick tyre as well. So this will be interesting. So we've got we've got Matt and Pickles out on the slick tyres. We've got Manos and George on intermediate. Pickles is on slick. We've got Michael on inters. We've got Zoe on wets, Sean on wets. So we've got 3 different types of tyre out there all at the same time. So lap times are going to be all over the place. So we'll keep an eye on those. But one thing's for certain is Manos is still carrying on his merry way in the lead in his Benetton liveried car. So Zoe's now into the pits. So Zoe's coming on wet tyres. So Sean will have jumped ahead. So Manos on inters. George on inters. Pickles there now on the slick. So I would potentially start to see quicker lap times coming in now. The track is drying from Pickles. So let's have a look. So George is a 1:17, Pickles a 1:15.9. So just over a second quicker. Michael's into the pits now on his intermediate tyres. Let's go and see what he does. Just coming into the box now. Stops. Fuel up. Richie's also into the pits. So away goes Michael, and he's gone out for the slick tyres there. His pit lane exit is really tricky. So if we see how slow it's going. Oh, and he spun straight out of the pits. So it's really tricky. I'm trying to put the power down. I think we just saw Manuel's nip past him, just put a lap on him. So that's everyone up to 5th. He's a lap behind. So yeah, really tricky pit exit there. Sean's in the pits now, running in 6th. Off come the wets. What's Sean going to go to? Probably softs. Yep, out on the soft slick tyre. Really careful here. And Sean gets a major wobble on as well. So really difficult to get out the pit lane on slicks on a wet track. So everyone's all over the place at the moment. So we're gradually swapping all over to slick tyres. Richie's out on slicks. Someone's had an issue. Tommy, unfortunately, again running in 9th. Adam here in 10th. He's still running on the wets. Manos is still leading. He's still on the intermediate tyres. Not got an awful lot of fuel left in the car, so with the lead he's got a huge lead. So Manos can afford to stay out there on the intermediates, burn them off a little bit, run the fuel down, and then just swap to slicks and a full tank of fuel. And with about 15 minutes to go, that should be enough to see Manos through to the end of the race. George, I suspect likewise. So George is running second, just gone over the start-finish line. Yeah, and Pickles here in third. He's just on the straight between turns 3 and 4. So again, George can pick and choose. So those two have really established themselves in first and second place very nicely indeed. So neither of them are under any pressure at all. So Pickles here in 3. Matt running in 4th. So a good half lap behind Pickles by looks of things. Michael in 5th. So probably about 2/3 of a lap. Somebody's had a spin here, yellow flags out. Don't know who that is. Let's have a look, see if we can find out who it is. Oh, it was Pickles. Pickles had a quick spin and he looks like he's damaged the back end of the car. So let's have a look, see what happens. Oh yeah. Oh, he's gone well off and smacked straight into the barrier. Can't get going again because out there it's wet. Damaged the back end of the car, so we've got weak damage turned on, which means the damage on the car will be there for 30 seconds, then it will self-repair. So that's going to be a long lap time now, which gives George and Manos up front even more room. So yeah, an extra 18 seconds there from Pickles. Will that Richie's just come into the pits as well? So Pickles is down between going around turn 2 now, and Matt's just coming up to the last corner. So Pickles has still got plenty of a lead over Matt there, running in 3rd and 4th. 5th is Michael. So Matt's got a decent lead over Michael as well. So top 4 look fairly well set. Michael 5th. 6th is Zoe. But Manos has just come into the pits now with just under 14 minutes to go. So change to slick tyres and a full tank of fuel. That should see Manos to the end. Wouldn't be surprised if George comes in this lap as well. Let's go up to see what Manos does. He'll be out on a set of soft slicks. So it looks like he's put another set of wets on, but he hasn't, because that will change as he exits the pits. So away he goes. 92 litres of fuel. He's out on soft tyres. So Pickles has just unlapped himself. So even Manos was struggling out the pit lane there. So away goes Manos, still in the lead. George is now into the pits in 2nd. So George will follow suit. Full tank, or probably mostly a full tank of fuel, and back out on the slick tyre. There we go. So even now, still really tricky getting out of the pit lane, but you can't cross the white line. You pick up a 3-second penalty. So you just have to wait until you reach the end of the pit lane, then you can get out onto the dry part of the track. So George is now away. Pickles is just coming around the last corner now. So George has got a huge lead over Pickles. Matt running in 4th in his Cannon Williams Renault. Michael 5th, just about to be lapped by Pickles, who's 3rd. There we go. Michael in 5th and Pickles in 3rd. Pickles just running wide. Sean running in 6th. Zoe in 7. Tommy now in 8th. Richie 9th, and Richie had a bit of a torrid time and basically spent the last bit of the race just sat in the pit lane because he was unfortunately getting pretty frustrated with the way things were going for him, so he just sat in the pit lane and finished there. Adam running 10th. So Richie will still pick up obviously points because he's not got disconnected. So Manos still leading the way. Another lap in the books. Complete lap 39. Go on to lap 40. So we can just take his time now. Oh, I think Michael's just had a spin. Manos has just dipped past him again. So Manos is in an absolute class of his own during this race. So leading, so he's just gone around turn 3. George, he's just going through the 2 left-handers in the midfield. So Manos isn't really that far off putting in a lap on the entire field, which is absolutely phenomenal driving from Manos. So George is just coming through the final turn now onto the start-finish straight. Pickles is just coming up to the penultimate corner now. Through it, so George has got a decent lead. We've got 10 minutes left of this race. So Pickles down the start-finish straight. Matt's just coming through the 2 left-handers on the infield. Sean just running just in front of Matt. So Matt's going to be a lap ahead of the 6th place runner. So still a bit of water around. Just try and keep it on the light grey bit, the dry bit of the track. So yellow flags here at turn 1. Someone's got going again. Been off and got going. Michael in 5th. Oh, Sean just having a multiple spin there. Yeah, try and put the power down. Slick tyres, wet track. Yeah, not good. So Sean had a spin. There comes Zoe. He's going to take the position away from Sean. So Zoe moves up to 6th. Sean drops to 7th. Tommy's still running in 8th there. So Tommy is on to lap 37. So Tommy's almost a lap ahead of Adam. Richie, we know, he's just sitting in the pits. Matt's coming to the pits. Why is Matt coming to the pits? Maybe fuel, tyres are good. Maybe he thinks he doesn't have enough fuel to get to the end of the race. So he'll put a new set of tyres on. Mind you, he's got a decent lead over Michael, who's running in 5th. So not a problem. So Pickles is now into the pits as well. So yeah, maybe just to top up the fuel. There we go. Matt's got a 3-second penalty as well. So is Michael just across the line through turn 1. And Matt's out of turn 3, heading towards 4. Pickles just coming out the pits as well. Just really, really slow because the pit lane's still wet and he's on slick tyres. So at this point, the game's still in control of the car. So it's really painfully slow. There we go, finally out of the pits. He's also picked up a 3-second pit lane penalty. So away goes Pickles. There's Sean there in 7th. But out front, Manos is carrying on his happy little way. Just driving absolutely brilliant. So George is running second and just gone round turn 1. And Manos is leading and just come out of the last turn and just heading towards turn 1. So Manos is literally pretty much a lap ahead of everybody else. So George in 2nd, Pickles in 3, just about to come and serve his 3-second penalty. Matt in 4th, with, I think that was Manos behind him. Just about, yep, put another lap on Matt. Michael in 5th. Zoe in 6th. Sean in 7th. Pickles closing down, so Pickles has, Sean's just made way for Pickles. Tommy sat in the pits and away he goes. So yeah, Tommy's got the painful bit of getting out of the pit lane now on slick tyres. So 4-second penalty there somehow. So Tommy's on his way again. Adam's having fun at turn 3. So we've got Manos still leading, just under 4 minutes to go. So Manos is chasing Matt Down, who's running in 4th. So Manos is in lap 46. George on 45. Pickles on 44. Matt on 44. So Manos is 2 laps ahead, basically, of 3rd and 4th, and a lap ahead, effectively, of 2nd. Michael on to lap 44 as well, with 2.5 minutes to go. So just a couple of laps to go. Zoe running in 6, not that far off of Michael, so Michael can't afford to make a mistake, otherwise Zoe will be snapping at his heels. Sean is there, so 5, 6 and 7 are reasonably close together, so one mistake from any of them and it will see places to change. So Manos is leading quite comfortably from George now. We've just got to see out this last minute and a bit. So back down to 1:11 lap times. So 40 seconds left, so this will be the last lap of the race. So potentially there could be people that are finishing 30 seconds left. So we've got a group of cars coming through the midfield, through sector 2. So who have we got there? So that's Pickles running in third. Should make it across the line. Start another lap. Yep, there we go. Matt in fourth. So time's up. So Zoe's finished sixth. So the checker flag came out between Michael crossing the line and Zoe. So Zoe in sixth, Sean in seven, George in second. Let's go and find Manos. He crosses the line to win. Matt crosses the line in fourth. So who does that leave out there? That leaves just Pickles to come home in third. And Michael in fifth. Pickles coming home in third now. So congratulations to the top three, to Manos, George and Pickles at your 1, 2, 3. Matt in fourth, Michael 5, Zoe 6, Sean 7, Tommy 8 and Adam in 9th and Richie in 10th. So thank you all for watching. Next round is at Sardegna. We're back out with the Group 3 cars. And thanks for watching. Cheers now. Take care, and we will see you again very soon.